Hello everybody, and welcome back to Kinlaig. So, I spoke to Walter about my idea. He came over and had a look, and straight in for it. He was massively up for the idea. If I should have some more horsepower for this really, but hey ho, here we are. I can always switch tractors if I need to. So let's try and get that a lot neater. So I said what the plan is, I'm going to ridge all of this because I was looking through the help menu and it said using a ridge marker should add a fertilising state to it. Obviously we can't roll this, so that might cause it a problem. But I'm interested to see whether you ridge mark for onions as well. This field's going to be split into two. Half potato, half onions. He wants as much as possible. Now the issue that we'll have there is he's not got we're going to end up, the agreement is a 1-to-1 switch, so 1,000 litres for 1,000 litres. We will end up with more than that compared to what he's got, although to be fair he has got a harvest to come as well this year, so we could probably have a trade-off that. Anything else I'm just going to sell him at the average price. He's happy to buy it. He's very excited to get on with his root crop investiture, and this is a perfect way for him to test it out. And they don't take that long to grow either, to be fair. They're planted now and then we'll harvest them in the autumn. So happy days. Let's just have a quick look actually. Nitrogen of 45, nitrogen of 0, completely 0. Intriguing. Okay, well, it's been hired. We've got a lot of equipment on hire, which I'll show you shortly. Should this run at 5 miles an hour? No, it should run at 7. So maybe I shall go and get something with a bit more power to work on this. Because that extra 2 mile an hour is actually quite important. Yes, let's do that, shall we? Right, I need to go to the store and pick up the other bits as well. The Kubota is out. Yeah, the Kubota's actually out. from I'll take the weight off as well. So I left the Kubota over when I was doing some wood transportation work in the night. However, it wouldn't be any use anyway, because it's massively down on horsepower. Or would it? This should be fine for tearing through this job, shouldn't it? Yeah, this should run perfectly fine. I mean, the width is fine as long as I'm not going over. I can get some nice neat lines out of here, I reckon. Much better. This will cut the time down by about 40%. Right, I'll crack on with this. Come back to you in a bit. Oh, I don't want to miss that. Get that all nice and neatly done. I can just reverse back up these bits to tidy them up. Yeah, good stuff. Let's get this in. See you shortly. Oh, a little bit of detail I've never seen before is this electric cable. It's just swaying in the breeze. How much detail's gone into that? Anyway, so this is the second time I've had to do this after a crash. I say a crash, it keeps happening. All of a sudden I keep losing connection to the giant server, which is quite annoying. So I had to redo all of the prep and this whole field again, and I was literally up to the point where you've just met me there. Anyway, I have a suspicion that's tight, isn't it? I have a suspicion that doing this has been pretty pointless. Because I don't think it has put, it says in the help menu that it'll give a layer of fertilising status, but I'm not sure that it actually will with precision farming, because if anything it's actually taken nitrogen away. But them's are the brakes. So I'm gonna There we go. Couldn't get out the tractor then, I was stuck. I'm hoping. So where do we go to? Straight up and downs here with potatoes to start with, maybe. This needs about £16,000 worth of repairs on it, and I have noticed quite a difference with the horsepower. Yeah, we'll start with potatoes at this side. What time are we at now? Nearly 10 o'clock. I think that might have been fairly pointless because it's now just pretty much not much nitrogen whatsoever. Anyway, it's a lovely day. There's no tram lines defined, but I'm pretty sure I did put tram lines in. And I also think we didn't need to do, that looks like that's set, that will make ridge, maybe it's just for the other. That's going to be annoying, isn't it? If I can't see where I've been. Maybe the ridge markers for wasn't it? I mean, it's gone through quite a bit of potato there, and it's got potatoes in there. Okay, so I'm gonna need some lines to tell me where I'm going. This is bizarre. I'm definitely gonna need more seed, aren't we? It's going through much more than I expected. And I definitely didn't need to put I'm gonna need more seed. I think I've got some. Let's have a look. I definitely didn't need to do that ridge marking for that then. Maybe it's just vegetables like carrots and the such. Is that the only one I've got? Yes, okay. There may be a trip to the store. That looks a bit healthier though, doesn't it? I could put the ridge marker out, but done that one. Away we go. Right, this is going to be a bit boring. I'll just come back to you when we're finishing up on this bit and see how we get on with seed, and then see what happens with the onion planter and the ridges. I feel I may have lost part of my morning twice for no reason. My, this honks through seed. I don't know if I've got that full line in, have I? I'm about to top up and go to the shop. Both me and Walter are about to spend much monies on seeds. I've used all of my seed up. We're going to have to switch. I was hoping to get up to the tree. There's that one line in between us. Oh, has that just run out? Oh, you piglet. I'll tell you what. Let's start the other side. Oh, I've got room to get out there. How does this work? Unfold it. That holds 27 litres. Well, right, is this gonna stick with the rows or remove them? I wonder. That's not gonna do it because you've got to turn it on. Turn on. That's what you want. Excellent. Yeah, this was definitely a pointless exercise of ridge marking, wasn't it? Wow. Not ridge marking. Well, ridge marking? No, not ridge marking. Whatever it is, it's absolutely pointless. But that's actually good news, because that means Walter doesn't need one. He'll a cheap potato planter and he'll be good to go. That is incredibly tight. Oh, I think that there. Easy to see where you've gone though. Yeah, nice. I'm assuming... Oh my days, this is using next to nothing on seed. Mind you put seeds in for the onions, you can use potatoes, so he can use some of the harvest from the potatoes, which isn't going to cost hardly anything. And the onion seeds, that's not going to cost him much either. So yeah, that's not too bad actually, is it? I just need to be very careful that I suppose I could put some potatoes down there then, actually. Another row of potatoes maybe. Might have to finagle it when I get a little bit close. And then what about rolling? This can be rolled, that's not a problem. And I've got a roller. But does one roll the potato ridges? So I thought that's what the ridge was for, was to put that initial bit on it. Well, we're learning today, aren't we? That's the main thing. It's a day of discovery. We're finding things out. Apparently there was a bit of a small twister overnight that came in that big body of water. Can create them. It's quite regular, they said out here. They're not big, but I haven't seen any damage anywhere as yet. I've not really travelled that much around the map since, but here into the store. Now, shouldn't we have tram lines when this does actually grow? I'm going to have to look at the map, aren't we, in a minute? This is literally using next to no seed whatsoever. something quite satisfying about it, flattening down these ridges though. It looks like I might have missed a little strip up there. Oh, am I still on? Oh. Not showing anything on the map. Yeah, it's got tramline width of 24 metres on there. Curious. Very, very curious. Let's turn that off a minute. Check that map. Just have a quick. Need to get the nitrogen in, aren't we? It's not that I want. Wow. That doesn't need rolling then. This will. Onions will need rolling. Potatoes won't. That's good to know. Now I'm getting to the business end here, aren't I? What if I... Let's run up. It's going to be slightly over here. Let's put... So a gap missing down here as well. No, I've missed that. I really can't understand why it's not showing on the... map where we're seeding. I suppose that map only shows pH and nitrogen, doesn't it? That's... oh dear, this is going to go over. So if we fill this up, load of that spilled out, that's annoying. I'll just crack everything in there because then I can... okay, that's not showing it. So that should now hopefully work out the same mapping Oh, I can pretty much tell from here, can't I? This is where we ran out before. No lane available. Oh, there it is. So that's, yes, that's the lane that we want. We'll do that one lane. And then my plan is to stop bang on where we're at. Better tell him to keep hold of some potatoes. Nice. Good width on that, because that means in my head if I drop about there, and pull that out of the way now. Da 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 da. Nope, no drive back over that. Don't want to drive over any of that, do I? But I can clear this section out if oops. It shouldn't matter actually, because I'm going to be rolling anyway. Can sort of see a bit of an edge in the ridge there. So if I get that nice and square, drop that there. Oh dear. One big experiment really, isn't it? Because then we're using the same machine for harvesting both. Bit of tidying up going on here. This is nice. That little bit there that could end up having nothing in it, but I'm not going to stress about that too much. And then we play the waiting game to see how this all starts to grow. I don't think it'd be that. I think I have done on Ballyspring. I've done a split field before. I think it worked out okay. It looked quite cool actually. I'd gone for colours there because there was alfalfa, which I think I'd like alfalfa, linseed and canola or something, so I had a big variation of colour. How hard it'd be to do a map. That little tiny bit over on the shoulder there is a bit annoying for me, but I think I'm going to allow it to go and not let it get me too stressed. Right, now I'll have a bit of tidying up to do. A little bit of tidying up to do with good bit of equipment, but yes, we'll have some tidying up to do. That's ready to go back to the store, get that rolled. I'll just try and get the bits on this map that looked like it hadn't been done, and at that top end get it rolled, and then we'll see what it looks like when it starts to germinate, which should be next episode, hopefully. And we'll have a little trip over to Walter's that's the one that I missed at the very end, didn't I? We'll have a little trip up to Walter's to see his new patch, see what it looks like. As he said, there's been quite a bit of work going on there. We need to get over there to do a bit of graft for him anyway. We need to earn some money. We need to go and check the fish thing as well. Plenty to do for the next episode, but I do hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you have, please hit the like button. If you've not subscribed, feel free to subscribe. At least if you got all the way through, you've learned that you don't need the ridge, the ground ridger, if I feel like I want to put that all marked in again. No, I won't. But yeah, at least you've learnt that we don't need that for potatoes. It does it itself. You might have already known that, but I've just learnt it. Until the next time, thank you so much for watching, and bye bye for now.